In this video, I would like to show how to split a pull request that is too large. Here is the pull request if you want to have a look at it. It touches 13 files, and those files are divided in some files that are general to the entire project, like this rb ignore and .rm ignore. Also, description is a general file that relates to the entire project and namespace. But then there is some other files that kind of stand alone. For example, this file find dependencies in the folder R is related to, let me show you, let's collapse all these files so it's kind of easier to see the patterns here. So you see that if for every file in R, you will find a file in the folder test that, right? So for example, the file this one, R find dependencies, is related to this one, test find dependencies. The same thing happens with update Docker file. Here, R update Docker file. There is a similar file here in test update Docker file. And finally, update our packages in the folder R is related to update our packages in the folder test. So I'm going to be splitting in those three. There is also a change here that seems to be kind of general in utils. It's a deletion of a file. So maybe the split that I'm going to do might not be perfect. I'm going to do like a quick split between files that are kind of general and files that are related to each other. So the changes to the namespace add imports. So I prefer to be on the general side as opposed to the kind of the short side. So maybe I add those changes to the description file, namespaces, and rb ignore all at once in the beginning. And this file utils.r, let's see what it contains. Use our packages. Update Docker file pack. It looks like it's related to the change in the file update Docker file packages, and it is. So we'll add this change to that when we add this file update Docker packages. So okay, so that's an overview of what we will do. So let's pop up a terminal here. Before I do that, let me see what is the number of issues. So I'm here in the project 2 degrees investing Pacta analysis in the pull request number 216. So I'm in that project now. I'm on master. So I'm gonna use the GH command line application, command line interface, because I find it very convenient. But you feel free to use whatever tool kind of works for you. So 216, let's check out that 216. Just in case, I'm gonna do a pull. I'm gonna synchronize this pull request to the upstream. I have a little command line that all it does is run the function from the use this package called pr_sync. So the purpose of this video is not to show you how I do it in terms of which tool I use, but mostly how I do it in terms of how you go about splitting things with Git. So if I do a git diff against master, right, I get all the changes, but that's kind of too much detail. So instead, what I want is the stat of that. I just want the file names, basically to have a view similar to the one that I show you on GitHub. So again, I said, these files here. Actually, this file I didn't notice it before. Maybe I need to have a look to this file. Oh, okay, so it looks like there were a few changes that might have came from a latest commit that I'm not familiar with. Git log. What do we have? Okay, git log. Let's do no merges. Yeah, so it looks like they're having some commits. master. Let's go a little bit. Packages fix. So I'm concerned with all that happens here. Where is my origin? So let's check out master git check master. I want to see what's going on here. Why I'm not seeing why I'm not seeing origin master. Okay, so it looks like origin master is here. I have just merged my PR there. So maybe maybe that merge, let's see, maybe that merge wasn't a great idea, and maybe I should have rebased to get a cleaner history. But I'm not going to complicate things. I'm just going to go ahead and start working on my PR. So the first thing I want to do is check out the PR that I was before. This is the situation that I had there, and if I do the no merges, this is kind of what I have. Right here, and there is a merge on top of this that I'm not seeing because I suppressed it. That adds some files surely that I'm not very familiar with. So let's have a look at what this commit does. Git show the number of the commit. So let's just look at what files it touches. It touches those two files that I wasn't familiar with. So it looks like those files are completely independent from what I did. So I don't need to do anything really with that. So the first thing I want to do is to create, because I want to be submitting different pull requests. So I'm going to back up this branch on a different one. So I'm going to create a new branch. I'm going to call it to split, right? So this branch should be pointing to the same place where the other one was pointing, but just to keep things kind of separate, I kind of keep the original branch as like as a backup of itself and create a new one that I'm going to be kind of resetting. So now in this PR, what I want to do is to git reset master. So by doing so, I'm going to get all those commits, all those changes that were done back into my my staging area. So git status, you can see that all those changes are there available to me to start working with them. So these are the changes. As I said before, the first thing I want to do is to work to add the files. So I want to create specific PR, specific commits for the changes that I want to change. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add the files that are kind of general, build ignore, description, namespace, R imports, renv ignore. I think that's about it. So if I do git status now, you see that those files are already staged. So I'm going to create a new commit, but not from this branch, actually from a different one, which probably means that I should have created the branch before. So let's do git, let's create a new branch, setup, expand, project, R package files. Okay, so I'm now in a new branch, but the staging area looks exactly the same, so that's great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to commit with the message basically setup project or R package, because this is the R package components of this project for later PRs, and this change should only this commit should only change those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files that I have. There you go, 5 files. So if I clean this up and ask for a status, those files, you know, are gone from the staging area. The git show stat should show that I added those files. And that's good to go. So I could now kind of check and test this project locally. Let's do a test first. I have a little command line shortcut for that, so the test seems to pass. Another for checking. Let's see if the checks pass as well. See how this is going. Probably in the meantime, I could also do more work here. So let's jump to the same project. What I want to do is I'm in the same. So here on the left, I have RCMD check, and here on the right, what I'm going to run is I have a little function. First, I need to load all. Oh, sorry. I'm going to launch R. And do the tools load all. I have a function here, a convenient function that is called test R scripts. So I'm gonna check this kind of runs a test that that checks specific aspects of this project that do not relate to the package in general itself. I do see that this seems to be breaking something. So that's something I need to work on. This thing must be variables, financial sector not found. Okay, there is something here. I wonder if that's caused by the changes that I wasn't familiar with, those that came from updating the pull request. So there you go. For now, I'm gonna leave this here. I also see that there is a bunch of files here that resulted from running reprex locally. So I'm gonna do an ls to see to confirm that I see those files there. I'm gonna get rid of those. How I do it, I'm using the command tracks reprection and asterisk to get rid of all of that. If I do ls now, it should be kind of much cleaner. They are gone, and I'm gonna run our check again. Column specification, blah 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 blah. So one thing I could do here is I'm not sure if these changes, if these errors come from files that I didn't touch. So I'm gonna check out those files as they were before. So let's clean this up. Let's exit R and let's do git status to identify what those files were. So basically, this file have no intention in adding it to a pull request. This is already in the master branch of the project. And what else I want to be this one here too. So these two files I'm going to not do anything with it. So git checkout 0 portfolio. So this file I'm gonna check it out as it was in the git repo, and also the file called web tool script 3. That's a more sensitive file, so let's first have a look at it. So git diff of web tool 3, just to make sure that it's not something I have modified. RDS, blah, blah, blah. This log is not all that informative, so let's do the word diff. So what happened is RDS, RDA, indices. So yeah, certainly those are changes that I did not add myself. So I'm gonna check it out too. So git checkout web tool. So now the staging area looks more like, and the working tree looks more like, and it contains just the files that I modified. So I'm gonna run again R here and see if that changed anything. When I run test, I think I need to do load all, and this should work because I have configured DevTools to always be active in interactive sessions. So I can now test our script that will run all. In the meantime, I can pay attention to which script was the error coming from. Script number 1 seems to be passing correctly. This is script number 2. I don't see the error now in script number 2. That's good. And let's see script number 3. So there's only 3 scripts that I'm testing here. The first 2 passed. No, actually the second one is the one that I see the error there. Okay. Error in file test warning. Okay, so test 2 is the one that errors, right? And test 3 apparently there is also there too. Okay, so this might be, this is a very complex repository, and the problems may come from different repositories that are at different stages. So for now, I'm not gonna work on that. I could check that project create interactive report. Okay, it's also at a branch, so let's check it out. Git check master, and let's do git pull. So now I am, there is a civil project here that creates not obvious dependencies here. So if I clean that up and I run test script 2, for example, I'm curious to see if I still see the error or if I don't. It is possible that I don't, because this project is interdependent with the state of other projects. So that's a very bad idea in general, but it is what it is. And the error continues to be there. But again, that's something that I'll probably work on a separate PR2. So for now, let's see, remove utils. Yeah, I think I have everything I wanted in this pull request expand R packages file. So I could just create a PR create as a draft, so that while I work on the other PRs, this will go on to GitHub and will start running the tests and checks that I have on continuous integration. So I'm gonna send it up there, submit it on a draft mode with no reviewer requests, just so that I get the benefits from continuous integration services that will be checking this thing on a remote environment. In the meantime, we can go back to the to our work and create a new branch. These are the branches that I have. I'm standing on this one. My staging area contains all the file changes that I want to add to the other PRs. So the one that I would like to work with now is this one here, the R update R packages. So git add. Let's add the pattern. I think this works. That would be nice. The pattern that I want is update R packages. It didn't match. Bummer. So git add. Let's see if this works. No, yeah. So I'm gonna need to just do it like the long way. This and the one in test update R packages, right? So these are the 2 changes that I want. Let me make this bigger. Sorry for making it suffer from my smaller screen. So these are the 2 changes, the one I added to the staging area that I want to send in a separate PR. Let me see what I have in inst. So I need to hit add inst first. And inst has something that also refers to our packages. So I think I want that there too. Test our packages. Yeah, I want that there too. So I think I'm done with this other PR, right? So what I want to do is to check master first. I still have the same staging area that I had before, and now I'm gonna create a new branch. I'm gonna call it update R packages, and this is going to be a new function, update our packages. Okay, we have that branch, and now I can commit with the message new, it is called update our packages. Oh, nice. I have the commit message ready to go. And the files that will be committed are those 3 files. So as you can see, they are gone, and they are now here on, oh, sorry, let's do like a stat. That's precisely what I just committed. So I'm ready to create another PR for this branch. Again, as a draft, so it's kind of on GitHub, running all the continuous iteration tests. I could probably test this a little bit more intensively locally, but just so that the video doesn't get too long, I'm gonna just send it there, and then I'm gonna be kind of probably tweaking the PRs a little bit so that I make each one pass all the tests and checks. So let's continue working. So let's go back to master. Here I have the other files that I want to add. The other PR I want to make is one for the find dependencies. Actually, find dependencies and then Dockerfile. Yeah, find dependencies. Let's do that. So git check branch find new find dependencies. That's my new branch, and what we want to do is to add to this branch. We want to add our find dependencies, test that, test find dependencies. Anything else that we need to add here? Let's see, test that, like Dockerfile, and utils. No, that's what I want. So let's commit this. Git commit with the message. Git commit message. Git commit message. Git commit message. New find dependencies. Okay, and now let's create a pull request. Off it goes to GitHub, and finally we are left with the last PR. So let's check master here. And what we want to do is to create a new branch with new update or pack. No, new update Dockerfile packages. There you go. Now we're gonna add everything to a staging area, and now we can do git commit all. New update Dockerfile packages. There you go. And this our utils file was related to this because I checked that before. Okay, the staging area is clean, so we are ready to create a pull request. So that's it. We have split, one massive PR into 3 PRs. They're all gone. I can now check my master branch again. And I can now happily close this terminal, go to GitHub, and see them perform on GitHub. This PR will be replaced by the others. So let's see, they are the ones that I just created were from 2020 to 2023. So let's close this PR with that message, 2020 to 2023. Follow up on so 2020 2020 21 22 and 23. Okay, I close this follow. Oh, there was a typo there. Follow. There you go. Thank you, spell check. And with that, I think we can finish this video. You see now, all those PRs are now independent PRs. If I see errors like this one here, it's not passing the checks or some check, then I can investigate what's exactly the problem there, and I can also decide in which order this pull request should be merged. So, for example, the one that I wanted to, and I was considering merging first, was this setup PR, and now instead of having 13 files, it has just 5 files, and I can just explore those files, see them more clearly, and make some comments about that. That will make the reviewers much more able to understand what's going on. So what I can see here is that the tests that I have on continuous integration are passing, so I could right away say, okay, this is kind of ready for review, and I could ask for CJ, for example, as a reviewer, and there he goes. And tell him where this is coming from. So this is coming from 216, right? So my colleague, this is follows 216 relates to we said 220. 221, 221, I meant to say, and 223. So with this, now each PR will be linked to each other, and people, my review will understand what's going on. And this PR doesn't do much other than setting the our project for other PRs to come. Okay, that should be enough to start the conversation. If the reviewer has some questions that are not obviously answered by what I've written here, we can just discuss there. But seeing that it touches nothing too sensitive and that the all checks pass, I'm kind of confident that the review could be kind of pretty smooth. Okay, that's how I split a PR. I hope this was helpful, and reach out if you have any questions.